Hey everyone, Jacob with Scooters Lawn Care here in Cape Coral, Florida, and today we are talking about sodding your lawn. And more importantly, some of the aftercare protocols and what you should be doing to make sure you have a successful sod installation. These are our top questions that come up so you know exactly what you're gonna get and the things that you should be looking for. Number one, after your sod's installed, okay, we are always resetting the irrigation timers, but you need to be watering your sod much more than you were watering before you had new sod put in. It is so crucial that in the first 30 days, when you're really trying to get that root, get the sod established so it's stuck down and rooted into the ground, that you are watering it frequently. And what does this look like? This looks like at minimum 6 days a week, more like 7 days a week. And for the first 30 days, you are allowed to do that here in the Cape. That's going to allow it to root in. It's going to allow you to have success. This is so crucial. And it needs to be a heavier watering so it can get all the way down through the sod and it can saturate the whole area so you can have a really, really nice take of your lawn. And that is going to be number one of the most important things when you first get done with your project. Because just like we make it a priority to get sod installed ASAP, if we get a delivery, we are not letting it sit for a week's time and then putting it in. If for some reason you knew there was an irrigation problem, which we're gonna check for those when we get there, like we need to make sure irrigation's gonna turn on, things are functioning, because we're not going to put sod down and set it up for failure. But if there was any circumstance where sod had got put in and maybe it got turned off for one night for curbing or something after we had left, and you're just maybe days into having your sod, you have to make sure you get this stuff turned right back on and it's getting water on it, because in an amount of days, sod can go backwards. And if you're having one of the nicer lawns here in the Cape, it's probably St. Augustine, in a very, very short amount of time, you can burn out one of these lawns. That invites new weeds, that invites problems, that invites the potential to have to re-sod large areas. So watering, number one. Two, this is a living thing. It's not like putting rock down on the ground. There is care for sod. Just because you put in brand new sod does not mean there's not gonna be weeds out in the yard. So this is where it's extremely crucial that maybe you don't have to for the first 30 days, but as soon as you get through that 30 days of watering and when you're getting into where there can be more activity, you really need to be getting set up with someone to do fertilization and weed control. The fertilizer is going to push the grass to grow, root deeper, be greener, look more beautiful, and then the weed control is going to keep the weeds out of the lawn. Weed control is sort of preventative, because even if you think your lawn looks brand new and perfect, there's little tiny weeds. They're already starting to germinate, and if that can start getting sprayed in a timely manner, it's going to knock down some of those small weeds. It's going to make sure they manage that. And even if they don't spray a whole lawn, they're spot spraying, they're going to knock down the things as soon as they're noticed, versus letting a yard get ate up with weeds and cause a lot of problems. And homeowners will ask, did we get bad sod because there's weeds in it? No, weeds come from everywhere. They can come from a bird, they can come from your bird feeder, they can come from blowing in through the air. It's all kinds of things. And just in the soil itself that all of this stuff is grown, there's always going to be weed seeds all throughout all soil anyway, and it's just a matter of time until they germinate. Finally, how long until I can cut my lawn? We're gonna say that you wanna go that first 30 days, 3 weeks to 4 weeks, to really make sure it's established. If you were to go and pick up on a piece of sod and it's not stuck to the ground, that means you still need to give it more time. You still need to let it root in better. And this is gonna really coincide with when you can mow a lawn to when you can start having much more activity on a lawn, meaning foot traffic and other things. We've had all kinds of situations where people wanna get right out on the brand new green lawn, and it's going to be super detrimental to the long-term success of a lawn if you get on it, you put a bunch of foot traffic on it too soon. It can handle some, but you cannot treat it like a fully established lawn until it is rooted in. So these are the 3 most important things we see when we're putting down sod, things that homeowners need to know to not turn their irrigation back until you really get through that rooting period, and make sure you know that just because the lawn is perfectly green and beautiful right now, that it's going to get weeds over an amount of time, and you need to stay on that proactively to make sure you keep that managed. You have the beautiful lawn, you protect the investment you have made, and how soon you can really get on it, start cutting it, and make it look even better, and then start really enjoying your lawn. Hope this video has helped you out. Here again, this is Jacob at Scooters Lawn Care here in Cape Coral, Florida. So happy that we could bring this information to you, and I hope we get the chance to work with you in the future.